you know you gotta go. You've outgrown the individuals and the environment that you've been in for a while now. You've done everything that you could in that place. You mastered that way. And now you gotta know. You gotta know what it's like to put you where you've been putting them, putting everything and everyone other than you in a position of more importance, more significance, more relevance, more of a priority than you are to yourself. You've given everyone else the break, the compassion, the understanding, the benefit of the doubt, only to find out that they could care less whether you did or didn't. Their focus was never your happiness, let alone your health. And where does that leave you? Other than left, or not, less, nothing, without, and somehow alone. You've tried, said, done, and moved nothing but right all of this time. But somehow you're wrong. Somehow it's always you to blame, you to take the fall, you being responsible, the bigger person, you having to settle for less. You having to be the one that doesn't get to, or is always expected to, or must be the one who, because you can handle so much, you always end up settling for mediocrity or mess. You're supposed to not be supposing. You should know by now. And what you know is that this is not it. There is no reason as to why you are not able to go, do, or be as you please to see the absolute best version of yourself bigger than that's just not what you did. And you didn't because you've been making sure that someone else could, that someone else had, that someone else succeeded. But how many times are you going to be guilty of giving, doing, and being for someone else exactly what you needed? And where does that leave you? Other than right there, back there, over there, but not in the place or position that you know damn well you have every right to. You're ready to, or repeatedly you're going to war for, defending, advocating, explaining, justifying, rationalizing someone else's actions, behavior, intentions. Listen, sometimes you have to be that person for yourself. You need that version of you on your side. For you, you have to fight too. You cannot keep pouring and praying and protecting and being that person without at some point being poured into, prayed for, protected, and having a partner as well. Because you're going to burn out or just end up broken of no benefit to nobody, and probably lonely as hell. And all that will be said was that you should have picked yourself up. You should have paid more attention to you. And they'll be right. They'll be right where you could have, would have, should have been. They'll be done made it, and you'll only be done made yourself mad. But how you going to be mad at the truth? And where does that lead you? It shouldn't leave you where you are, because now you know. Well, you've been known, and in that place where you are, there's not much more to. You got to start giving a lot less of that care, that concern, that compassion, and that consideration to those that are complicated, confusing, contradictory, and contentious, and give a whole lot more of it to you. You're not being selfish, but you need to be self first. You need to be self-aware, self-improved, self-empowered, and self-loved, because without yourself, who are you going to be? And if you don't do any of what you want, and it's because of what you didn't do for you, when you are alone and have to reflect in the mirror of what made it that way, who do you think you're going to see? Are you going to see what somebody else did, what somebody else said, what somebody tried, or what somebody didn't? What was completely opposite of what you were well aware of and had faith in, that in your heart and mind you believed true? Or are you going to see the responsibility that you had because you had the chance to take advantage of the steps you needed to take to, at the very least, try to do what was, if not best, more of a benefit to your interest? And now it's nothing but remorse and regret over repeating that same process that you had patterns of proof did not promote, empower, or produce anything like the person that you had all the potential to be. You put everything and everyone else first, and now you don't see the point. Where does that leave you?